like as database or data loader account 1, data loader account 2, like that. Here whatever the account records are available whose name is starting with these characters, I want to collect all those records. Those records I would like to show on the Lightning Web component in the form of tabular structure. Here I would like to show the records in the form of tabular structure. I would like to have a Lightning data table here. In this Lightning data table, I would like to have some columns. Now I would like to have this table. These are the columns to be visible. Here I would like to show these columns. I want to show the records count. Search results. I want to give the braces. In this braces, I would like to show that number to indicate how many matching records has been found. Here I'm representing these columns. Like I would like to show the name of the record, and then I would like to indicate industry name, rating value, and the ownership of the account, phone number, and the active status. These are the columns. So now I would like to show the details of this record here. So now in this case, what needs to be done? I want to invoke the Apex class method. I want to invoke the Apex class method. And upon click on this button control, upon click on the button control, that means what? My component is already loaded. The screen is already loaded. Then after entering some data inside this front text box, when I click on the button control, then I want to invoke this Apex class method. So whenever if you want to invoke the Apex class method based on some browser events, based on some client-side events, okay, then we can go with the help of imperative methods. Previously, what happened? We are calling the Apex class method whenever the data component is getting loaded, like as initialization part over there. That means init part. But now, based on some button clicks also, based on selecting some checkbox, based on some entering some content, based on some changing the pick list values, in that case, I would like to perform this operation. So in that case, whenever if you want to invoke the Apex class methods based on some button clicks or based on some HTML events, then we can go with the help of imperative methods. This is a functionality. So depends upon the requirement, we have to choose whether we can go with the white decorator or whether we can go with the help of imperative methods. Okay, any one of that feature we have to decide. If you want to invoke the Apex class method upon loading the component, then we have to go for while decorator. If you want to invoke this Apex class method based on some button click, then based on some HTML events, then we can go with the help of imperative methods. Then how can we do that? Okay, we'll see with the practical use case. Now let's see. Make a note of this one. By using this approach, we can invoke the Apex class methods. We can invoke the Apex class methods based on HTML events. Now, that is, we can invoke the Apex method when the user click on button controls or selecting pick list values or any of the browser events. Browser events. Now, While invoking the apex class method, we can pass the required input parameters from Lightning Web Component dynamically at runtime, so that we can make the functionality dynamic. Now, implementation steps. Implementation steps. As a step one, what needs to be done? That is common steps. Now, so as a step one, we need to create the apex class method. Now, as a step one, define the required apex class method, which should be prefixed with the annotation @ara enabled. So that means what? We would like to create an apex class method and then make the method can be accessible from the Lightning framework. It may be ARA, it may be LWC also. This is a step one. This is a common step here in the previous session also we have discussed. As a step two, we need to import the apex class method inside the Lightning Web Component. That means we are collecting the reference of that method which you are going to invoke from your Lightning Web Component. So by using this import statement, that is a step two. As a step three, invoke the apex class method, okay, from JavaScript. JavaScript based on the browser event. Based on the browser events. For example, now I would like to button click or changing tick list values or changing text box values like that. Whatever the events that you want, we can able to use that event. Now, once a method has been executed or once apex class method has been invoked from the JavaScript, then apex method will return the result in the form of either result or error. Now, if the method executed successfully, then it will store the results inside the result property. Else, the errors information will store inside the error property. Then, how can we do that? We'll see. So, whatever the reference name that we have, apex class and method reference name. Now we can specify. Now Apex method reference name. If required, we can pass the parameters. Now dot then. That means we are invoking this Apex class method here. We are invoking Apex class method. Then that means once a method has been executed, then what will happen here? Will it be returning result? Then if it is returning result, that means successful here. Then in that case, we can able to store the result inside that property here. Okay. Data. That data is nothing but result. Okay. Now, so now here we are invoking the Apex class method by passing the required parameters. If the method is not having any parameter, just you can specify open braces close braces, that's it. If the method is having any parameters, we can specify the parameter value dot then. That means this method has been executed. Then what is the operation result? If it is result, that means if it is success, then it will be returning the result. Then we can able to store into your properties. We can write the business log. Now dot catch. That means if it is error, then we can specify error information. Now we can specify catch the errors information. Here we can write the business log. That means errors. This is success. This is the third step. Okay. Now this is nothing but arrow functions. These are arrow functions. Now make a note of this step 3. First two steps are common, you know. Okay. Done with this? Now, then how can we implement this use case? Now let's see. I want to implement the use case like this. The same use case I would like to implement through Lightning Web Component. Design a Lightning Web Component to search for the account records based on the specified characters at runtime. Whatever the characters that I'm going to supply at runtime, so with those characters, whatever the account record names are going to start, those record details I would like to collect and I would like to represent on my debug log file. That is my requirement here. Now, let's see how can we do this. The same component I want to implement. In this Lightning Web Component, I would like to place a text box. I want to place a button component over here. I would like to set the results also. Then how can we do that? Okay, now let me show you with the practical use case. Now, so first of all, I would like to prepare the Apex class and method. At the rate ARA enabled, I would like to make this a method as a public method. I'm getting the name search account records. Search account records. Then here I would like to specify the parameter. String starting characters. So whatever the characters that I'm going to pass at runtime, so now here with that starting characters, whatever the account records are available, whose name is starting with these characters, I would like to fetch the records, I would like to return. So with that one matching, you may be having multiple records. So I'm using list of account is a return type. I'm giving cacheable equals to true. So this is a method which I would like to prepare. Now I'm going to be collecting the records here. So whatever the parameters we have supplied here, based on the parameters, I want to collect the matching records. Starting characters plus equals to percentage. That means, for example, if I'm passing the characters like as some PA, then we need to add percentage here. So for that one, I'm adding the percentage by using plus equals to. Then based on that, I would like to fetch the records. List of account LST accounts equals to select the ID, name, rating, industry, annual revenue, type, phone, fax, customer priority, active status, from account, where name like starting characters, order by name. So whatever the account records are available, whose name is starting with these characters, I would like to collect those records. So that I'm using where a name like, we can specify that starting characters. Whatever the characters we have specified, based on those starting characters, a similar kind of records I would like to fetch. Those records I want to arrange them in alphabetical order based on name field. Now I would like to return LST accounts. Whatever the account records that we have collected, those account records, I would like to return it back to my lighting web component here. So this is the method. So we have prepared a method. The method has been prepared successfully. The method is going to be deployed to my Salesforce Arc. Done. I'm done with step one. I have prepared an Apex class method. This method we made it enabled to access from Lightning Web Component also by using Aura enabled. Next, as a step two, create the Lightning Web Component. Now I would like to indicate Search Account Records component. I'm creating a component with the name Search Account Records component. Now, let me design the table first. I'm going to the template file. I would like to use a div tag. In this div tag, I would like to specify that text box and then the buttons over here. Now, in this case, let's see. How can we do that? Now, I would like to specify the text box and the button. Now, I want to indicate table, table row, table data. Now, here I would like to use that Lightning input. Label equals to enter search content. Placeholder equals to search content. And then I would like to specify required equals to true. And then I would like to specify td lightning button search accounts variant equals to brand. Now, so now here in this case here, I would like to specify this style. This is a template file here. I'm placing a text box and then I'm placing a button control. I'm preparing a CSS style file. Now, search account records component.css. Here I would like to apply the div style. Width, I would like to specify the width as 1000 pixel. Border 1 pixel solid gray. Now I would like to specify margin top equals to 20 pixel. Margin left 20 pixel. Padding left 10 pixel. Padding right 10 pixel. Padding top 10 pixel. Padding bottom 10 pixel. Now this is the style over here. Let's see how it will look like here. How the design part will look like. I'm going to the default arc. Set account records component. Let's run this and let's see. Now, so now we are able to place that text box and we are able to place that button control over here. Now, I would like to give some space over here. Let me check the properties. Let's check there are some properties where we can able to place that label also in the same line. Let's see the text box also. I would like to show the label in the same line. Because right now the label is visible different over here. It is visible at the top. Now it is showing the text box over here, and here the button is visible over there. I would like to arrange this one. Let me check. Let me specify this. Apply. What will happen? Now, enter such content. We are able to place the text box over here. Now we are going to be representing this text box, and then we are having this button component also. Let's see how the content will look like. Both are getting visible one by. Refresh the screen now. Okay, let me go with this style itself. Now we are having this a div tag, and then in this a div tag we have placed the text box over here. No, some styles we need to apply based on our convenience. Now, so now here I would like to place selecting card in order to represent the results. So I would like to place selecting card. After this div tag, after this table, I would like to place this. Lightning card. I would like to specify the title property, such results, icon name equals to standard account. Now, just I'm giving a break tag. And here we can able to show that, okay, lightning data table in order to represent the records. Now here it is representing this content here. Now the lightning card, it is not having any content over here. No title part, no footer part, no actions part is available. That's what it is showing like this. Or else let me place this one outside. Now, here I would like to apply some division also here. We can able to apply the div tag as well to apply the style. inside the division, we can able to represent the content. Refresh the screen now. Now we are having these results. So now this is the lightning card. In this lightning card, I would like to represent the content as well. Now, so let's see here. I would like to enter some characters inside this text box. Based on the characters which we have entered, I would like to search the content here. Let's see how can we do this. Now in this text box, I'm entering some content. Those content I would like to store into my JavaScript. So that inside the JavaScript, I'm defining a property. Let's go to the JavaScript file. I would like to define a property. @track search content. Search content. Now I would like to use the track namespace over here. Now this is the property here in which I would like to store the search content. So I would like to use that text box here. I'm binding this property. So I'm using the property value equals to, we can specify that property name. That means inside this text box, whatever the value that I'm going to enter, that value should store into this property. And then suppose upon typing the content, if modifications has been done, I want to collect the latest modifications also I want to place into the property. So that I'm using onChange. onChange handle content change. I'm preparing the method here. I would like to use that event. Now I would like to specify this dot search content equals to event dot target dot value. That means inside the text box, whatever the new value that we have entered, that new value will be coming into my property automatically here. Next. So now in this case here, we have entered the content in the text box. That content is going to placing into my JavaScript property. From there, I would like to invoke this functionality here. Now here use this button control, invoke the functionality. So I would like to use onClick. I would like to specify that handle search content. Handle search content. I would like to prepare the method. Handle search content. Now I want to call the method. Which method you would like to call? This is the method. Whenever if you want to call this method we need to reference into your Lightning Web component inside the JavaScript file by using import statement. I'm using import search account records from @Salesforce Apex /. So now LWC components helper dot my method name search account records. I'm referencing this. Okay, I'm referencing this method inside my JavaScript file. Now I would like to call this a JavaScript file right now here. This is the method name, reference name. I would like to call this reference name. Now search account records. Here we need to pass a parameter here. Where is that parameter here? Now we have to specify the parameter name. What is the parameter name in this method here? Starting chars. So we can specify the parameter name. What is the value you are going to pass? The value is available inside search content. That means I'm invoking this method search account records, which is available in this particular class. Upon invoking the method is having a parameter with the name starting characters. For this parameter, we are passing this value. Suppose if you're having one more parameter, just you can able to make it as a comma. That's what we are using it as an object. Okay, curly braces means object, square braces means array. That already we know in JavaScript. Now here, in this case here, we are indicating this. Now, dot then. Now it is providing the result. That means upon invoking this particular method by passing this value, the method will be getting executed. It returns the result. If it is result, then what needs to be done over here? Now I would like to write the business logic here. I would like to write the business logic that is already prepared. This dot account record. So here I would like to define a property over here. To store those account records, I'm defining a property. Track now account records. That means search account, search result records. Search result records. In this property, I would like to store those records. Result. So now we are going to be invoking the method. Once the method has been getting invoked, whatever the result has been generated, the result we are able to capture over here. We are able to capture the result. Or else we can catch the result error message. Dot catch error. Now, so now here in this case here error message here. How can we do that here? Let's see. If error, we are going to be indicating this. Now I would like to catch the errors. I want to specify that console.log something went wrong. Now errors occurred. Errors occurred. Okay, something went wrong. Errors occurred here. Now that's it. Now, so now here in this case, what we are doing, we are going to be collecting the results over here. The results will be storing inside this JavaScript property, such a result record. Inside that, we are storing the result information. If the method has been executed successfully, it returns that results information in the form of result property. We can collect the value stored into your JavaScript property. From there, we can show wherever you want. Or else it will be showing the error messages here. Dot catch, we can able to collect the errors information. Those error information we can able to write onto the debug log file here. We can represent the error information onto your browser log file. Now, so now here in this case, let me show you these records on my Lightning data table here. The records are available inside this search result records. Now just go to your HTML file. That means template file. Here I would like to use Lightning data table. Now the data. Data equals to, we are having the data inside the property search results records. Now the key field. I'm indicating the key field as ID field. Next, we need to specify the columns. What columns you would like to represent, we have to define. Columns equals to, we have to specify the property name over here. Table columns. I want to define the table columns over here. Table columns. In this table columns, we need to store that values over here. How to do that? Let's see. In the previous session already we have discussed. How can we define the table columns already we have discussed. But the account object or somewhere we have discussed that, right? This is for the lead. Okay, now let me go with that. I'm indicating constant columns equals to, I'm using this. Label, I would like to specify the account record name. Now it is populating the field names automatically over here. I would like to show the name field value, rating field value, industry, annual revenue. Then I want to show some more columns also. Now it is populating everything here. We don't need to write that much lines of code. Most of the features are available in the form of IntelliSense. Next. Field name, I would like to indicate customer priority. customer priority underscore underscore C. Next. Label active status. Field name. Active underscore underscore C. I'm representing the name column, rating, industry, annual revenue, type, phone, and the facts, priority, active status. These are the columns I would like to show. These columns I'm going to storing inside a JavaScript property. Columns. Now these are table columns I would like to pass to my HTML. That's it. Done. Save this content. Done. So now let's see. We are going to be representing some content here. I would like to search the content. So now we are having this method, Apex class method, which will be collecting some starting characters. Based on the starting characters, we are collecting the corresponding matching records from the object. Those records will be returning back. Now we have prepared the Lightning Web component. In this Lightning Web component, we have placed the text box. In this text box, we have entered some characters. Based on the characters, it will be searching the content. So after entering some characters in the text box, when you click on this search accounts button, now it is going to be invoking the method. It will invoke the method. Now the method is going to be collecting the characters of that content over here. Based on the content, it will invoke the Apex class method. It will collect the result. If the method has been executed successfully, it will be returning the result in the form of a property called as result property. We can collect those records, we can store into our JavaScript property variable. Or else it will be returning some errors information. We can log that errors information by using browser log file. Now, let's see. Let me represent this content. Here I would like to show the number of records, okay, written. Those records also I would like to show. For that reason, let me prepare one property. Hit the tag total results count. Here I would like to indicate. Result dot length. I'm collecting the count of those records available inside this. I would like to store inside that. From there, we can represent wherever you want. Here I would like to show this content over here. Here I would like to show in the bold format total number of records, that means search results. I would like to show the content over here. Well, now we can specify the JavaScript property. I want to show in bold format. I'm giving a braces also here for my easy convenience. Let's refresh the screen now. Now, set the results count over here. Now I would like to set the result, set the content. Whatever the account records are available inside my account object. Based on those records, I would like to search. For example, I'm entering some characters UN. As soon as once you click on search accounts, the records will be getting collected, those records will be getting visible. So there are 4 matching records are available. Those 4 matching records count will be getting visible. These are the records are available here. If I'm indicating some P, single character, click on search account. there are 3 matching records are available, the count will be getting visible. Here I would like to give this, okay, separate a bit. If you want to give a break tag, then you can provide a break tag also. Now, I'm searching the content UNI. The corresponding matching records will be getting visible over here. I'm giving some ED. Now there is only one record is available which is matching with this record over here. For example, if I'm giving like some data, so how many matching records are available? There are 7 matching records are available whose name is starting with the character some data. It will be representing this content also over here. For example, do we have any other records? Sample, some SAM. So now we can able to see the corresponding matching records also. If I'm giving like some P, it will be fetching the corresponding matching records as well. Like that here we can able to represent the content as well over here. It depends upon the business needs, we can able to specify that content also. So not only, okay, invoking the Apex class method, okay, upon loading the component, okay, once you click on the button controls also, we can able to invoke this, okay, Apex class methods also by using imperative methods. This is the simplest mechanism that we can use to perform the actions dynamically at runtime. So based on that, here upon searching for some content, upon pressing that enter button, or upon click on this some text box also, upon selecting check boxes, upon click on button control, if we want to do some actions, then this is the mechanism we have to use. Okay, the events are different. The calling the method will be same, but just the event will be different here. That's it, nothing else. Okay, this is the way we are going to be invoking the Apex class method, okay, by using this Lightning Web components with the help of, okay, wire decorator and imperative methods. Next, the next one we have, the next feature is we are going to be using the help of a feature called as a post messages. Whenever we are loading the data here, I want to show some confirmation message over here. Like for example, here whenever I'm updating the record values, suppose if I'm updating the record, I'm changing the rating value to warm. It is giving some, okay, message over here. This is a message. This message is called as toast message. Then how to prepare this kind of toast messages, okay, with the different variants, like with a normal success message, error message, fatal message, confirmation message, information message, how to show, we'll see in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we are going to be focusing on, okay, toast messages over here. Then we will enter into the concept of LDS, Lightning Data Services. So now, as of now, to fetch the data, we are using SOQL query. That is from Apex. So without using Apex programming, how to fetch the data, how to insert, how to update, how to delete everything through JavaScript, we'll see as part of Lightning Data Services. What is Lightning Data Services? How to use them in order to connect to the database objects to perform the DML operation through JavaScript. Without using this, okay, DML statements, how to perform this operation through JavaScript, we'll see in Lightning Data Services, which is the most important feature as well. Okay, don't miss this part. That is very, very important. Okay, so tomorrow we'll see the concept of toast messages, and then after that we'll be discussing about LDS, and then we are having the lifecycle hooks concept here, and then we are having this custom events, how to implement the custom events, and we'll see, and then we'll see how can we design the record edit layouts. Edit layouts, we'll see with the practical. As part of this LDS itself, we are going to be discussing that with the form based, with the programming based. Both I will show you as part of this. No. Reports will be common functionality. Okay. So do the practice on these features today. Tomorrow we'll see some more functionalities. Thank you. I will upload that today's notes also and yesterday's notes also by today afternoon so that you can access it.
This conference is no longer being recorded.